How AI learns. Machine learning. Explained for beginners. Imagine a child learning to recognize animals. At first, they might call every four-legged creature a dog. But over time, with feedback, correction, and more examples, they begin to tell the difference between a dog, a cat, a cow, and a lion. That, in essence, is how artificial intelligence, specifically machine learning, learns. So what is machine learning? At its core, machine learning, ML, is a method that allows computers to learn from data and make decisions without being explicitly programmed for every task. Think of it as giving machines the ability to learn through experience, much like humans do. Let's break it down into something super simple. The recipe analogy. Picture ML like a recipe. You provide the ingredients, data, follow some instructions, algorithms, and eventually you get a dish, the prediction or decision. The better your ingredients, high-quality data, the better your dish, accurate results. If you feed the machine bad or biased data, it will learn the wrong patterns. Garbage in, garbage out. Types of learning. There are three main ways machines learn. Just like students in school. Supervised learning. Imagine a teacher giving labeled flashcards. A picture of a cat says cat, a dog says dog, and the machine sees these examples and learns the patterns. Later, when it sees a new image, it tries to guess the correct label based on what it learned. Unsupervised learning. This time, there are no labels. The machine is given a jumble of data and asked to find patterns or groupings. It's like giving students a pile of puzzle pieces and letting them figure out how they fit without showing the final picture. Reinforcement learning. Think of it like training a pet. When the AI makes a good decision, it gets a reward. When it messes up, it doesn't. Over time, it learns to make better choices by trial and error. The brain of a baby robot. Let's imagine a baby robot looking around its environment. It sees red balls, blue cubes, green pyramids. It begins to associate shapes and colors through repetition. With enough examples, it begins to predict, this red round thing, probably a ball. That's machine learning in action, recognizing patterns and making predictions. The role of data. Data is everything. Without data, a machine learning model is like a brain with no memories. Whether it's images, text, sound, or numbers, ML models need massive amounts of information to spot patterns and learn. For example, to teach a model to recognize handwriting, you might need thousands or even millions of samples of letters written by different people. The more diverse the data, the smarter the model becomes. Algorithms, the secret sauce. Algorithms are like chefs who decide how to use the ingredients, data. They control how the machine learns. Different algorithms are used for different tasks, some for detecting spam emails, others for recommending videos, or even diagnosing diseases. Some popular algorithms include decision trees, neural networks, and support vector machines. Don't worry if those sound complex, they're just different tools for different problems. How the machine improves. After training, the machine is tested with new data it hasn't seen before. This is called validation. If it performs well, great. If not, it goes back, adjusts, and learns again. This loop of train, test, improve is how AI gets better over time. Real-life examples. You see ML in action every day. When Netflix suggests shows you might like, machine learning. When Gmail filters spam, machine learning. When your phone unlocks with your face, machine learning. And it doesn't stop there. Self-driving cars, medical diagnoses, smart assistants. AI is learning and evolving constantly. Challenges and cautions. But it's not all magic. Machine learning can be biased if the data it learns from is biased. It can also make mistakes, especially in unpredictable situations. That's why human oversight and ethical use of AI is just as important as the technology itself. Final metaphor: planting the tree of intelligence. Think of machine learning like planting a tree. The data is the soil. The algorithm is the seed. Training is the sunlight and water. And results are the fruits it bears. With the right care, the tree grows stronger, smarter, and more fruitful over time. So next time you hear someone say AI is learning, remember, it's not magic. It's math, data, and experience working together, just like we humans learn every day. Whether you're a student, a creator, or just curious, understanding how AI learns is the first step to shaping a smarter future. Stay curious. Keep learning. Machine learning is not just for machines. It's for minds like yours. How does your phone track you? GPS, Wi-Fi, and sensors explained. Imagine this. You leave your house without telling anyone where you're going. You don't message anyone, and you don't make a call. Yet somehow, your phone knows exactly where you are. Not just the city, not just the street, but your precise location, down to the exact cafe table you're sitting at. Creepy? A little, but also fascinating. Let's uncover the truth behind how your smartphone tracks you, every moment of every day, using GPS, Wi-Fi, and hidden sensors you probably didn't know existed. First, the GPS, Global Positioning System. Sounds like something only spies or satellites use, but in reality, your phone constantly connects with at least 4 satellites orbiting the Earth to triangulate your position. It doesn't just know your city. It knows if you're standing on the left or right side of the street. This system is so precise, it can often track you within 5 to 10 feet. Now here's the twist. GPS is just the beginning. Next comes Wi-Fi. Even when you're not connected to a Wi-Fi network, your phone is still scanning for Wi-Fi signals. It sends out probe requests to nearby routers, asking, "Are you my known network?" But guess what? Those routers reply. And each router's location is already mapped in a massive database maintained by companies like Google and Apple. So even if you turn your GPS off, just walking past a few Wi-Fi routers can reveal where you are. Your phone builds a digital breadcrumb trail everywhere you go. Then there's cell tower triangulation. Whenever you make a call or use mobile data, your phone pings nearby cell towers. The more towers around, the more accurately your position can be narrowed down. Even in airplane mode, some phones keep a heartbeat with the towers for emergency services. Now comes the part that feels like science fiction. Your phone's sensors are silently watching. Accelerometers know when you move, even how fast you're walking, running, or driving. Gyroscopes detect direction. Magnetometers act like a compass. These sensors aren't just for fancy features, they're data sources. Combine them, and your phone can even tell which floor of a building you're on. For example, walking into a mall, your phone detects your elevation change and time spent in each store. Climbing stairs? The barometer senses the air pressure difference. Bluetooth beacons take it further. Retail stores often use tiny devices called beacons. Your phone, if Bluetooth is on, can ping these and determine which aisle you're standing in. Some apps quietly listen for these pings, even when the app is closed. So now, even without GPS or Wi-Fi, your movements inside buildings, malls, and airports can be tracked in shocking detail. And here's the kicker. Most of this happens without you ever noticing. Apps collect your location for weather, rideshare, deliveries, but also for marketing, ad targeting, and behavior profiling. But who's watching? Advertisers, tech companies, governments, hackers. Every bit of location data can be bought, sold, or leaked. Some companies claim it's anonymized, but with enough cross-referencing, that anonymous dot on the map can be traced right back to you. So what can you do? Start by turning off location access for apps that don't need it. Disable Wi-Fi and Bluetooth when not in use. Use airplane mode when you really want to disappear. And yes, think twice about which apps you install. Some flashlight apps request your location for no reason. The bottom line? Your phone is the most powerful tracking device you carry. It's a helpful tool, yes, but it also watches you more closely than you think. Not because it's evil, but because every sensor, every signal, every ping tells a story. And your phone? It's always listening, always watching, and always recording the world through your footsteps. So next time you check your map, get directions, or post a geotagged photo, just remember, you're not just using your phone. Your phone is using you. Imagine controlling your phone with your thoughts. Sending a text message without touching a keyboard. Restoring sight to the blind. Or helping someone walk again after years in a wheelchair. Sounds like science fiction, right? But Elon Musk wants to make it science fact. And he's doing it through a company you've probably heard of, Neuralink. So, what exactly is Neuralink? And how can it change the world as we know it? Let's break it down simply. Neuralink is a neurotechnology company founded by Elon Musk in 2016. Its goal? To create a direct connection between the human brain and computers, something known as a brain-computer interface, or BCI. Here's how it works. Right now, our brains communicate using electrical signals. These signals flow between neurons, tiny nerve cells that send instructions throughout our body. Everything we do, moving our hands, thinking a thought, even remembering a song, starts as a signal between neurons. Neuralink wants to read those signals and turn them into digital instructions a computer can understand. To do this, they've created a tiny implant called the Link. It's about the size of a coin and is designed to sit under your skull, with threads thinner than a human hair connected to specific brain regions. These threads can pick up the brain's electrical activity, like tiny microphones listening to the whispers of your mind. Sounds complicated? It is, but the potential is mind-blowing. Let's explore the real-world possibilities. First, medical miracles. Neuralink could help people with paralysis control computers, phones, and even robotic limbs, just by thinking. Imagine a person who's lost their ability to move, now typing, speaking, or navigating the web without lifting a finger. It could also treat neurological disorders like Parkinson's, epilepsy, or depression by regulating brain signals directly at the source. And in the future, it might even help restore vision, hearing, or memory loss. Second, human enhancement. Musk believes Neuralink could someday boost our cognitive abilities, giving us mental superpowers. You could learn faster, download knowledge instantly, or communicate telepathically with others who have the implant. Sounds wild? That's because it is. But in Musk's words, we're already part cyborg. Our phones are an extension of us. We just have a slow interface. Neuralink would make it direct. Third, merging with artificial intelligence. This is where things get truly futuristic. Elon Musk has warned about the dangers of AI becoming smarter than humans. He sees Neuralink as a way to level the playing field, a symbiosis between humans and AI. If AI becomes vastly more intelligent, we might fall behind. But if our brains can interact with AI directly, we stay in the loop. Think of it as upgrading our brain's operating system, version 2.0 of humanity. But let's pause. What are the risks? Brain surgery is no joke. Even with Neuralink's surgical robot, safety is a major concern. And what about privacy? If your thoughts can be read, could they also be hacked? Could corporations or governments misuse this technology? These are real ethical questions that scientists, regulators, and society must face before Neuralink goes mainstream. So where are we now? In 2024, Neuralink began its first human trials. The early focus is on medical use, helping people with severe spinal injuries. The results are promising, but it's just the beginning. Mass adoption is still years away. But if Neuralink succeeds, it could redefine what it means to be human. We could see a world where the blind can see, the mute can speak, the paralyzed can move, and humans can think across space and time, connected by brainwaves. A world where thoughts travel faster than words, where the boundary between mind and machine disappears. Is this the next step in evolution? Or are we opening a door we can't close? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. Neuralink is not just a company. It's a glimpse into the future. And that future may be closer than we think. The truth about data privacy. How apps spy on you without you knowing. Have you ever wondered what your apps know about you? Every time you open an app, scroll your feed, or tap Allow, a silent transaction begins. But what if I told you that some of your apps know more about you than your best friend does? Maybe even more than you do. Let's uncover the shocking truth about data privacy and how you're being watched without even realizing it. It starts with permissions. That moment when a flashlight app asks for access to your contacts, or a weather app wants your location 24/7. Seems odd, right? These permissions give apps legal access to collect your data. Not just your location or contacts, but also your browsing habits, the sound of your voice, how often you blink, and even how fast you walk. And it doesn't stop there. Your microphone? It's probably listening, even when you're not using it. That's why after a casual chat about buying running shoes, ads for sneakers follow you everywhere. This isn't a coincidence. It's called surveillance capitalism. Let's talk about trackers. Most apps include third-party trackers, hidden codes that send your data to advertisers, data brokers, and analytics firms. Some popular apps contain up to 15 to 20 trackers secretly collecting your IP address, what time you wake up, how long you stay in the app, who you message, what you click, watch, search, and say. These bits of info combine to create a digital fingerprint, a profile so detailed it can predict what you'll do next. And no, you never gave explicit consent for most of this. But wait, you accepted the privacy policy, right? Those long, unreadable documents you skip past? They're designed to confuse you, written in complex legalese, so that you don't realize you're signing away your privacy. Now here's the shocking part. Your data is being sold. There's a billion-dollar industry dedicated to buying, selling, and trading your personal information. Your habits, preferences, medical history, political views, and even emotional triggers, all up for sale. In 2023 alone, over 4,000 data brokers were actively collecting and monetizing consumer profiles. And once your data is out, you can't take it back. Think going offline helps? Think again. Even when you're not using an app, background data collection continues, especially with permissions you forgot you gave. And let's not forget smart devices. Your TV, voice assistant, or even your car might be listening, watching, and recording. So what can you do? Audit your app permissions. Go to your settings and revoke anything that seems unnecessary. Use privacy-focused alternatives for browsers, search engines, and messaging apps. Enable app tracking transparency on your phone. Avoid logging in with social media when signing up for new services. Think before you tap allow. Here's the scary truth. We live in a world where convenience trades places with privacy. Every free service you use comes at a cost, and that cost is you. But awareness is the first step. The more you know, the more power you have to take control. Don't be silent, don't be passive, and don't be a product. Share this video if you believe privacy is a human right, not a privilege. Because the truth is, they're watching. Imagine this. You type a few words into that clean white search box, best pizza near me, or how far is the moon, and hit enter. And just like that, results appear in less than a second. But have you ever stopped to wonder, what just happened? Where did those answers come from? How did your computer know what you meant? And how is it possible to get millions of results in a blink? Let's go behind the scenes of the internet. Let's unravel the invisible magic of what happens when you search on Google. The moment you hit search, your device doesn't just float a question into the air. It sends a signal, a digital packet of information, to one of Google's many global data centers. These are massive, climate-controlled facilities, filled wall-to-wall with blinking servers, spinning hard drives, and fiber optic cables pulsing with data. Like the brain of the internet, they never sleep. But let's rewind just a bit. Before your query even reaches those servers, it travels through a path, a route made of networks and switches. It hops through your Wi-Fi router, shoots across your internet service provider, and enters the vast maze we call the internet backbone. In milliseconds, your question races through undersea cables, satellites, and relay towers, zigzagging its way to Google's search engine infrastructure. And then, the magic begins. Google doesn't search the internet live. That would be far too slow. Instead, it looks into a massive index, a gigantic copy of the web that Google has already organized. Think of it like the index of a giant library with billions of books. Pages, articles, videos, images, everything that Google has crawled is sorted, categorized, and stored. And who does the crawling? Meet the Google bot, a web crawler that visits millions of websites 24/7. It reads pages, follows links, gathers updates, and brings all that data back to Google's servers. Now, when your query arrives, Google's search algorithm kicks into action. It starts analyzing what words you used, what you're likely looking for, your location, the freshness and reliability of content, and even how others responded to similar searches. It's not just about matching words. It's about understanding meaning. Thanks to AI models like BERT and MUM, Google now interprets context, language, and intent. So for your simple question, how far is the moon? Google runs hundreds of ranking signals through its brain in fractions of a second. Then it returns an answer, but not just one. It gives you millions of results sorted in order of what it believes is most helpful. From featured snippets and maps to YouTube videos and news articles, each piece placed precisely to help you find what you're looking for before you even realize it. But your journey doesn't end there. Every time you click, skip, or type a different word, Google learns. It constantly refines, experiments, and adapts, using machine learning to get better for the next time. And beneath all this is a sprawling system of data centers, AI, security teams, and real-time monitoring, all making sure your question is answered fast, safely, and reliably. So the next time you search on Google, remember, it's not just a button, it's a portal into the most advanced technological system in human history. Your words become signals. Signals spark algorithms. Algorithms activate servers. And all of it happens in under a second. That's not just search. That's the invisible engine of the internet. And now you've seen what happens when you search. AI versus AGI. What's coming next in artificial intelligence? In today's fast-paced digital world, artificial intelligence is no longer just a buzzword. It's everywhere. From voice assistants answering your questions to algorithms recommending your next movie, AI is shaping our everyday experiences. But there's a bigger question looming on the horizon. What lies beyond the AI we know today? Are we truly on the verge of a new era? The era of artificial general intelligence, or AGI? To understand what's coming next, we first need to draw a line between what AI is today and what AGI aims to become. Current AI, often called narrow AI or weak AI, is designed to perform specific tasks, and it does so incredibly well. Whether it's playing chess, diagnosing diseases from X-rays, translating languages, or even creating artwork, AI today operates within clearly defined boundaries. It excels at pattern recognition, data analysis, and task automation. But it doesn't understand in the way humans do. It can't think across domains or adapt to totally new problems without retraining. AGI, on the other hand, is the dream, or perhaps the nightmare, of a machine that possesses human-like cognitive abilities. That means reasoning, learning, planning, even consciousness in some theories. AGI wouldn't just play chess. It would learn the rules of a new board game it's never seen before, understand its strategy, and possibly teach others to play. It would understand context, sarcasm, emotions, and make judgments that today's AI can't even approach. So where are we now on this path? We're in a gray area, a rapidly evolving in-between stage. Recent advances, especially in large language models, have blurred the lines between narrow AI and the early hints of general intelligence. These models can write essays, summarize long texts, generate code, compose poetry, and hold convincing conversations. But here's the catch: they still lack true comprehension. They don't know what they're saying in a human sense. They're predicting patterns based on massive amounts of data, not reasoning like a human brain. That said, the rate of progress is staggering. Just a few years ago, these abilities seemed impossible, and now we're wondering what's next. Some experts believe we're just a few major breakthroughs away from achieving AGI. Others think we're still decades out, if we ever get there at all. The journey from AI to AGI isn't just technical, it's philosophical, ethical, and social. What happens when machines start making decisions that impact human lives in profound ways? Who takes responsibility when an AGI system makes a mistake? And how do we ensure that AGI aligns with human values and doesn't develop goals of its own? There's also the question of control. Once we create a system that can improve itself, learn faster than humans, and potentially outsmart us, how do we guide its growth? Some fear that unleashing AGI without proper safeguards could be the biggest risk humanity has ever faced. Others are more optimistic, believing AGI could solve some of our greatest challenges, from climate change to disease, if developed with care. Research institutions, tech companies, and governments are all investing heavily in the race to AGI. But with great power comes great responsibility. The challenge is not just to create AGI, but to do it right, to build it safely, ethically, and transparently. Meanwhile, the line between tools and companions continues to blur. AI is becoming more personal, more integrated into how we work, learn, and live. The systems we're building today are shaping the mindset and expectations of the AGI systems we might meet tomorrow. So what's coming next? Likely, we'll see AI systems that get better at reasoning, memory, and self-reflection. We'll develop hybrid models that combine symbolic reasoning with deep learning, moving closer to how the human mind works. We might also see the rise of multimodal systems that understand text, speech, images, and video all at once. And at some point, we may cross a line where an AI system is no longer just intelligent in one area, but in many, fluidly and adaptively. Whether or not we call that AGI, the impact will be immense. It will change how we learn, how we work, how we connect with each other, and even how we define what it means to be intelligent. The road to AGI is filled with opportunity and risk, with innovation and introspection. One thing is clear: we're at the beginning of a profound transformation. Artificial intelligence, as we know it, is evolving, and the next chapter, the rise of AGI, may be closer than we think. The future won't just be about machines that can do tasks. It will be about systems that can think, reason, adapt, maybe even feel. The question is, are we ready? The rise of autonomous coding. Can AI replace developers? Imagine a world where lines of code write themselves, where software updates in real time without human intervention, and where apps are built from scratch by machines within minutes. Sounds like science fiction? Not anymore. The rise of autonomous coding is transforming the very fabric of software development, and it's raising a profound question. Can AI truly replace human developers? At the heart of this revolution is a new generation of AI models that can understand, generate, and debug code. From GitHub Copilot to OpenAI's Codex, these systems are capable of completing complex functions, suggesting optimizations, and even writing entire blocks of code based on simple prompts. What used to take teams of engineers weeks to accomplish is now being done in hours, or sometimes even minutes, by machines trained on billions of lines of open-source code. But how did we get here? It started quietly, with basic code auto-completion features. Then came AI-assisted error detection. But today we're watching AI systems write production-level code, test it, and deploy it, all with minimal human guidance. It's not just about assistance anymore. It's about autonomy. Tools are emerging that can generate APIs, design user interfaces, and even respond to real-time user feedback with updated code logic. For businesses, this shift means faster development cycles, lower costs, and the ability to scale like never before. Startups can build MVPs without hiring large development teams. Enterprises can automate routine tasks and focus their human talent on strategic innovation. The productivity boost is undeniable. But does that mean developers are on the verge of extinction? Not so fast. While AI can generate code, it doesn't truly understand context the way a human does. It doesn't feel the tension of a deadline, grasp the long-term impact of a design decision, or intuitively understand a client's unspoken needs. It lacks imagination. It doesn't dream up ideas or innovate from scratch. At best, it synthesizes what it has learned from existing patterns. Developers don't just code, they create. They collaborate, experiment, and solve complex, messy, real-world problems. AI is a powerful tool, but it still needs human supervision. It doesn't replace developers, it amplifies them. In fact, the best results today are coming from a fusion of human and machine intelligence. Developers who embrace AI are becoming more efficient, more creative, and more capable. They're offloading repetitive work and spending more time architecting brilliant solutions. It's not man versus machine, it's man with machine. But there are deeper concerns too. As AI takes on more of the coding workload, what happens to entry-level jobs? Will junior developers struggle to gain experience if machines handle the basics? Will AI-generated code be secure, ethical, and maintainable in the long run? Who will be responsible for mistakes if no human wrote the code in the first place? These are not just technical questions, they're philosophical ones. And we must confront them now. Before autonomous coding becomes the norm, education will need to evolve. We'll have to teach new developers how to collaborate with AI, not compete with it. Coding may become less about syntax and more about systems thinking, ethical decision-making, and creative problem-solving. The role of a developer will change, but it won't disappear. Looking ahead, we may see entire code bases generated from spoken language. We may see AI that not only writes code but understands product goals, user needs, and business outcomes. The boundary between idea and execution will blur. But no matter how intelligent these systems become, they will still rely on humans to provide vision, intent, and oversight. The rise of autonomous coding is not the end of development. It's a new beginning. It's a chance to redefine what it means to be a developer. It's a call to evolve, to learn, and to lead this transformation, not fear it. So, can AI replace developers? Not entirely, but it can change the role of a developer forever. The future belongs not to the coders who resist change, but to those who adapt, who learn to wield these new tools, and who understand that at the core of every great piece of software is still a spark of human insight. AI may write the code, but people will always write the future. How quantum computing will disrupt traditional programming. Imagine a world where the most complex problems in science, medicine, and artificial intelligence can be solved in seconds. Where encryption methods that once protected global financial systems become obsolete overnight. Where the rules of programming, the very logic that built our digital age, are suddenly redefined. That world isn't science fiction, it's the promise of quantum computing. For decades, classical computers have run on bits, ones and zeros, binary logic. Every program you've ever written, every app you've ever used is built on that foundation. But quantum computers use something far stranger, qubits. Unlike bits, qubits can exist in a state of superposition, meaning they can be both 1 and 0 at the same time. And when entangled with one another, their states become linked no matter how far apart they are. These phenomena, born from the bizarre laws of quantum mechanics, give quantum computers exponential processing power. Now, here's where the disruption begins. Traditional programming is deterministic. Write the code, run the code, get a predictable result. But quantum programming introduces probabilities, parallelism, and uncertainty. It's no longer about following a straight path. It's about navigating a vast landscape of potential outcomes simultaneously. Think of it like this. If a classical computer is a flashlight shining in one direction, a quantum computer is a lantern, illuminating all paths at once. This shift demands an entirely new way of thinking. Programming languages like Python or JavaScript, while still useful for orchestrating quantum instructions, can't directly express the complex behaviors of quantum states. That's why new languages like Qalber, Qiskit, and Cirq are emerging. These aren't just tools, they're the beginning of a new programming era. And they challenge developers to understand physics, probability, and linear algebra, alongside code. Debugging, too, becomes a different beast. In the quantum realm, observing a state changes it. You can't simply print a variable's value to a console. Inspecting a qubit might collapse its superposition, altering the outcome. So developers must rely on simulations, statistical predictions, and an entirely different mindset for testing and optimization. Then there's the architecture. Traditional programs execute step by step. Quantum algorithms often use quantum gates in circuits that transform the state of qubits in ways that can't be reversed. These are not loops and conditionals as we know them. They're operations that exploit quantum entanglement and interference to amplify correct answers and cancel out wrong ones. Algorithms like Shor's, which factor large numbers exponentially faster than any classical method, or Grover's, which searches unsorted databases in square root time, aren't just faster, they're revolutionary. These breakthroughs show how quantum logic can outperform traditional methods in ways we once thought impossible. And what about security? Classical cryptography relies heavily on problems that are hard for classical computers to solve. But to a sufficiently powerful quantum computer, those problems become trivial. That means RSA encryption, which underpins much of our internet security, could be broken in minutes. Entire industries, from finance to defense, must now prepare for a future where today's encryption is no longer safe. As quantum hardware scales up, from today's noisy intermediate-scale quantum devices to more stable and error-corrected systems, the pressure will mount on programmers to adapt. Universities will need to teach quantum logic alongside loops and arrays. Developers will need to rethink data structures, control flow, and even the nature of computation itself. But here's the exciting part. Quantum computing doesn't make traditional programming obsolete, it redefines its boundaries. Hybrid models are emerging. where classical and quantum processors work together. The classical side handles logic and data preparation. The quantum side tackles the parts that demand massive parallelism. Think of it as using classical tools to build the problem and quantum tools to crack it wide open. So yes, disruption is coming, but it's not destruction. It's evolution. Just as high-level languages replaced machine code and the cloud replaced local servers, quantum computing will reshape how we write software, solve problems, and think about technology. The real challenge won't be in learning new syntax or frameworks. It'll be in unlearning the assumptions that have guided programming for the last 70 years. Assumptions like determinism, binary logic, and sequential execution. Tomorrow's developers will be part physicist, part mathematician, and part coder. They'll build tools that explore the multiverse of outcomes, solve problems we can't yet define, and maybe even crack the secrets of nature itself. How ChatGPT works, the secret behind generative AI. Have you ever wondered how a chatbot like ChatGPT is able to understand and respond to your questions in real time? It might seem like magic, but there's a lot of complex science happening behind the scenes. In this script, we're diving deep into the secret behind generative AI, specifically how ChatGPT works, so you can get a clear understanding of the magic that powers these chatbots. At its core, ChatGPT is a product of a technology called generative AI, which refers to artificial intelligence systems capable of creating new content, whether that's text, images, or even music. The generative part means it doesn't just repeat information it's seen before. It can generate completely new responses based on patterns it has learned. So when you ask ChatGPT a question, it's not searching the internet for an answer. Instead, it's crafting a response from scratch, drawing on everything it has learned during its training. The magic begins with something known as a neural network. A neural network is essentially a system inspired by the human brain. It's made up of layers of interconnected neurons, each one responsible for a small part of the process. When you type something into ChatGPT, that input is processed through multiple layers of neurons. Each layer analyzes the input in different ways, detecting patterns, meanings, and relationships in the text. This deep processing helps ChatGPT understand not just the individual words, but the context and intent behind your message. Now let's talk about how ChatGPT learns all of this. To make it work, ChatGPT has been trained on an immense amount of data, including books, websites, and other written texts. This training process involves feeding the model huge amounts of text and teaching it to predict the next word in a sequence, based on the words that came before it. Over time, as it processes more and more examples, ChatGPT learns how language works. It learns grammar, sentence structure, context, and even some nuances like humor, tone, and cultural references. But here's the secret sauce. While it's trained on a vast range of texts, ChatGPT doesn't memorize the exact answers. Instead, it learns to generate responses based on probabilities. For example, when you ask a question, ChatGPT calculates the likelihood of different words following the ones you've typed in. It selects the most probable next word, then continues building the sentence word by word based on the context and previous choices. However, this process isn't as simple as just picking the next word at random. ChatGPT has been fine-tuned using reinforcement learning to make it more conversational and human-like. Reinforcement learning is a technique where the model is given feedback on how well it's doing, helping it improve over time. For instance, if ChatGPT gives an awkward or incorrect answer, it's adjusted to give better responses in the future. This allows ChatGPT to become more accurate, coherent, and responsive as it interacts with users like you. Another key aspect of how ChatGPT works is its ability to handle a wide variety of topics. Thanks to the vast range of data it's trained on, it's capable of understanding and generating responses on everything from science and technology to art, philosophy, and even pop culture. Of course, it doesn't know facts in the way a person does. It's not consciously aware or storing facts the way we might, but it's learned the patterns of how facts and concepts are typically expressed in language. This allows ChatGPT to offer helpful, contextually appropriate responses, even if it's never encountered that exact question before. But what happens when ChatGPT encounters a question it doesn't know the answer to? That's when things get interesting. ChatGPT doesn't make up answers when it doesn't know something. Instead, it gives the best response it can based on the data it's been trained on. If it's asked about a specific event that happened after its training data cutoff, for example, it will usually let you know that it doesn't have the latest information. It may still try to provide a relevant or helpful response based on what it knows, but it won't invent facts. Another fascinating feature of ChatGPT is its ability to follow instructions and adapt to different conversational styles. If you ask it to write in a formal tone, it will adjust its language to match that. Ask it to be casual, and it can loosen up and keep things light. This versatility is one of the reasons ChatGPT is so engaging to interact with. It's able to adjust its behavior based on the context of the conversation and the input it receives. One thing that helps ChatGPT maintain context in a conversation is its memory. But it's important to note that this memory is session-based. That means it can remember the conversation's context while you're chatting with it. But once the session ends, it doesn't retain any information. Top 10 highest-paying computer science skills in 2025. In 2025, the landscape of technology is evolving faster than ever before, and with that comes an increasing demand for specialized computer science skills. These skills not only reflect the direction technology is heading, but also represent the opportunities for professionals in the field to secure some of the highest-paying roles available. Whether you're a budding coder, a seasoned developer, or someone looking to pivot into tech, understanding the skills that will dominate the market can significantly enhance your career trajectory. Let's take a deep dive into the top 10 highest-paying computer science skills in 2025. First on our list is artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning, ML. AI and ML continue to be the cornerstone of the technological revolution, and these fields are expected to grow exponentially. From developing intelligent systems to solving complex real-world problems, AI and ML experts are in high demand. Companies across various industries, finance, healthcare, automotive, and entertainment, are looking for professionals who can design, train, and deploy machine learning algorithms. With applications ranging from self-driving cars to predictive analytics, expertise in AI and ML can secure a lucrative position. Next, we have cloud computing. As businesses increasingly move their operations to the cloud, there's a growing need for cloud engineers, architects, and developers. Cloud computing enables companies to store data and run applications online, offering scalability, cost efficiency, and flexibility. Professionals skilled in platforms like Amazon Web Services, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform, GCP, are highly sought after. Cloud architects who can design robust cloud infrastructure, or cloud security professionals who ensure safe and secure cloud environments, are in particular demand. Coming in third is cybersecurity. With the surge of cyber attacks and the constant evolution of digital threats, cybersecurity remains one of the most crucial skills in today's technology-driven world. Companies are investing heavily in security professionals to protect sensitive data, maintain privacy, and ensure that their systems are secure. Whether it's ethical hacking, security architecture, or penetration testing, skilled cybersecurity professionals are commanding top dollar as they help protect organizations from the growing threat of cybercrime. Next up is blockchain development. Originally synonymous with cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology has evolved to have applications far beyond digital currencies. Its decentralized and secure nature makes it ideal for fields such as supply chain management, healthcare, and finance. Developers who can build and maintain blockchain systems, especially those familiar with platforms like Ethereum or Hyperledger, are becoming increasingly valuable. Blockchain developers who can create smart contracts, decentralized applications, and secure systems are in high demand. The fifth skill on the list is DevOps engineering. As more organizations adopt agile methodologies, DevOps, the practice that combines software development and IT operations, is rapidly growing. DevOps engineers are responsible for the deployment, monitoring, and maintenance of software applications and infrastructure. They work across teams to streamline the development process, ensuring faster deployment cycles and more reliable systems. The ability to work with automation tools like Docker, Kubernetes, and Jenkins, combined with strong knowledge of cloud platforms, makes this role particularly lucrative. Following DevOps is data science. Data scientists have become the architects of insights in the modern world. They analyze and interpret complex data sets to help organizations make informed decisions. Expertise in statistical analysis, data mining, and data visualization, as well as proficiency in tools like Python, R, and SQL, is crucial. With businesses becoming more data-driven, professionals who can turn raw data into actionable insights will continue to be highly sought after, making this one of the highest-paying skills in 2025. Next, we move on to full-stack development. Full-stack developers are experts in both front-end and back-end development, allowing them to build complete web applications. As companies demand highly versatile developers who can handle everything, from designing user interfaces to managing databases and servers, the role of the full-stack developer has become incredibly valuable. Proficiency in technologies like JavaScript, Node, JS, React, and Python, along with a deep understanding of both front-end and back-end frameworks, will make you a highly paid asset to any company. In the 8th spot is augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR development. With the rise of immersive technologies like AR and VR, there's a growing demand for developers who can create engaging, interactive experiences. From gaming to healthcare, education, and remote work, AR and VR are opening new frontiers in technology. Professionals skilled in Unity, Unreal Engine, and 3D modeling, as well as a strong understanding of immersive design principles, are expected to earn top-tier salaries as these technologies continue to evolve. The 9th skill is quantum computing. While still in its infancy, quantum computing is poised to revolutionize industries ranging from cryptography to drug discovery. It has the potential to solve problems that are currently impossible for classical computers. Professionals with expertise in quantum algorithms, quantum cryptography, and platforms like IBM Q and Google's quantum computing systems will be at the forefront of this groundbreaking field. As the technology matures, those with deep knowledge in quantum mechanics, computer science, and mathematics will command premium salaries. Finally, rounding out the list is natural language processing, NLP. NLP enables computers to understand, interpret, and generate human language. It powers everything from virtual assistants like Siri and Alexa to chatbots, translation services, and sentiment analysis tools. As AI continues to evolve, the demand for NLP experts will rise, particularly in fields such as customer service automation, content creation, and real-time translation. Developers who can work with frameworks like TensorFlow, PyTorch, and SpaceEye to build advanced NLP models will be in high demand. As we look ahead to 2025, it's clear that computer science skills are evolving and diversifying. Professionals who keep their finger on the pulse of these trends and continue to build expertise in these cutting-edge areas will find themselves at the top of the pay scale. Whether it's AI, blockchain, cybersecurity, or cloud computing, there are numerous opportunities for those ready to embrace the future of technology. If you're passionate about tech and want to ensure that your career stays ahead of the curve, mastering these high-demand skills will open doors to some of the highest-paying jobs in the industry. AI agents, autonomous workflows, AutoGPT, Agent GPT, Devin AI. Can AI really do your job for you? That's the question everyone is asking now, especially after the rise of tools like Devin AI, AutoGPT, and Agent GPT. These aren't just the next version of chatbots, there's something much bigger. They're AI agents, autonomous digital workers capable of thinking through tasks, making decisions, and even taking action online without being told what to do at every step. It's not science fiction anymore. It's 2025, and these autonomous AI tools are already changing how we work. Take Devin AI, for example. Developed by Cognition, it's being called the world's first fully autonomous AI software engineer. But what does that mean? It means Devin can understand a coding task, plan how to build it, research solutions, write code, test it, fix bugs, and even push the final version to GitHub, all by itself. No human sitting there, guiding every move. That's not just automation, that's delegation. This is the kind of tool that could eventually sit alongside human developers, or even replace entire portions of teams for certain types of projects. That's why when people search for Devin AI Explained, they're not just curious, they're trying to understand if the future of their job has already arrived. Then there's AutoGPT. When it first appeared, it shocked the internet. AutoGPT was one of the earliest open-source examples of an AI agent that could chain together its own prompts, decide what to do next, and use external tools like web browsers or file systems to get things done. Want it to build a business idea from scratch? It can. Need it to research the market, find competitors, create a landing page, and write a sales pitch? Done. AutoGPT use cases have exploded. Content creation, customer service, product research, even personal productivity. It's no longer about asking an AI a single question. It's about setting a goal and letting the AI figure out how to reach it. Another major player is Agent GPT, a more user-friendly version of these AI agents where you can give it a name, a role, and a goal, and it takes it from there. Want an AI marketing strategist? Done. Want a product development assistant? Sure. Agent GPT creates a full autonomous workflow, thinking through tasks in real time and evolving its plan based on what it finds. If you've looked for an Agent GPT tutorial, you've probably seen how easy it is to start and how quickly things get complex. But the potential is enormous. These tools don't just respond, they operate. They behave like junior employees who never sleep, never get distracted, and always execute. All of this raises big questions. If AI can perform reasoning and take autonomous action, what does that mean for human work? In 2025, it's not about AI replacing humans entirely. It's about changing the structure of work. Imagine a solo entrepreneur being able to run a company with a few AI agents as team members, or a corporate team that cuts repetitive overhead by letting autonomous tools handle reports, research, or testing. Suddenly, productivity doesn't depend on headcount. It depends on how well you can use these autonomous AI tools. And we're just at the beginning. Right now, these agents still need improvement. They hallucinate, they make logic errors, and sometimes they get stuck. But they're learning fast. Every month brings a smarter version. And behind the scenes, developers are racing to build agents with memory, better reasoning, more accurate models, and broader tool access. The goal is a seamless AI coworker who doesn't just help. You can rely on them like a real teammate. So can AI really do your job for you? Not all of it, not yet. But Devin, AutoGPT, and Agent GPT have opened the door. They've proven it's possible for an AI to reason, to act, and to build real things without micromanagement. The dream of a truly autonomous digital worker isn't a dream anymore. It's a beta test, and it's happening now. The future of work has already started. And it might not be about humans doing less, but doing different things, with AI agents doing the rest. AI in coding. Will AI replace programmers? Programmers are panicking, but here's what they're not telling you about AI in coding. In recent years, we've seen an explosion of artificial intelligence tools entering the world of software development. Tools like GPT-4, GitHub Copilot, and Amazon's Code Whisperer are now capable of generating entire code bases, debugging errors, and even suggesting complex algorithms in real time. It's no longer a distant dream. AI in software development is here, and it's already changing the way we code. The conversation is heating up. AI versus coders, who wins? Will GPT-4 coding engines and their future successors replace human developers altogether? Or is this just another tech trend overhyped by the media? If you've been anywhere near developer forums, tech blogs, or coding channels lately, you've likely seen a mix of fascination and fear. Some programmers are excited by the possibilities, while others are genuinely worried. What happens to my job if a machine can code better and faster than I can? Let's take a closer look. AI tools today can write functions, generate boilerplate code, create front-end interfaces, and even automate tests. They're faster than humans, they don't get tired, and they're only getting better. GPT-4, for example, doesn't just answer questions. It can understand vague prompts and deliver full code snippets based on your intent. Give it a few lines of what you want, and it can churn out an entire component, complete with comments and edge case handling. And with GitHub Copilot sitting right inside your IDE, it feels like you have a tireless pair programmer working with you 24/7. So yes, it's understandable why people are talking about AI replacing programmers. After all, if machines can do what we do and do it faster, what's left for human developers? But here's what many are missing. AI in coding is powerful, but it's not magic. These tools are only as good as the data they've been trained on. They don't understand context the way humans do. They don't know why a business rule matters or how a customer will experience a feature. They can't make judgment calls, and they certainly don't innovate on their own. What they do is mimic, and mimic very well, based on patterns found in vast amounts of existing code. Here's the thing. Programming isn't just about writing code, it's about solving problems. It's about architecture, product thinking, user experience, security, performance, and making trade-offs between time, complexity, and cost. Those decisions require understanding, empathy, and foresight, traits that AI doesn't possess. Even when AI generates code, it still needs supervision. It can make mistakes, introduce vulnerabilities, or misunderstand your requirements. You still need a skilled developer to review, test, and integrate the output into a working system. So instead of AI replacing programmers, what we're really seeing is AI transforming the role of programmers. Think of it like the calculator. When it first came out, people thought it would make math classes obsolete. But it didn't. It just shifted the focus from basic arithmetic to more advanced problem solving. In the same way, AI is automating the repetitive, low-level parts of coding, freeing up developers to focus on higher-level thinking, strategy, and creativity. What's really exciting is how AI is making coding more accessible. Non-coders can now build simple apps using natural language. Designers can prototype without deep technical skills. Startups can build MVPs faster and cheaper. That's not something to fear, that's something to celebrate. The future of programming isn't AI versus coders, it's coders with AI. The best developers won't be the ones who write every line of code from scratch. They'll be the ones who know how to use AI tools to work smarter, faster, and better. They'll understand when to trust the machine and when to override it. They'll blend human insight with machine efficiency to deliver better software than either could alone. So will AI replace programmers? Not likely, at least not in the way people fear. It will change the way we code, yes. It will shift the skills we value, yes. But it won't make developers obsolete. Instead, it'll make the best ones even more powerful. The future of software development isn't about being replaced. It's about being augmented. AI is the next evolution of our toolkit. And like every evolution before it, it will push us to grow, adapt, and get better. So if you're a developer, don't panic. Embrace the change. Learn how these tools work. Experiment. Explore. Because in the age of GPT-4 coding and beyond, the real power won't lie in just writing code. It'll lie in knowing how to shape it, direct it, and use AI to build what only humans can imagine. AI plus video generation, Sora, Runway ML, Pika Labs. AI just made your camera useless. This is the future of video creation. Imagine being able to create a cinematic video, a product ad, or even a short film without ever touching a camera, hiring a crew, or spending hours editing. That's exactly what's happening right now with the rise of powerful AI video generation tools like Sora AI Video Generator, Runway ML, and Pika Labs. These tools are turning heads across the creative world, from filmmakers and marketers to content creators and educators, because they make it possible to generate professional-looking videos from simple text prompts. Let's start with what makes this so revolutionary. Until recently, making a high-quality video required significant time, money, and technical skills. You needed a script, actors, a camera setup, lighting, sound, editing software, and a lot of post-production work. Now AI can do all of that from a few sentences. You type in a prompt like, a futuristic city at sunset with flying cars and people walking in neon-lit streets, and the AI generates a video that brings that vision to life. No filming, no set design, just pure imagination turned into visuals. Sora, developed by OpenAI, is one of the most talked about tools in this space. It's making waves because of its ability to understand nuanced prompts and generate detailed, realistic videos. Users are calling it a game changer. The Sora AI Video Generator takes your text and transforms it into visually rich, cinematic sequences that look like something out of a high-budget production. It's not just about visuals either. Sora captures mood, motion, lighting, and style, making the output feel organic and alive. It's easy to see why this tool is going viral across social media and creative communities. Then there's Runway ML, another major player that's been building tools to empower creators with AI. Runway's text-to-video AI allows users to input a prompt and generate scenes that can be used in documentaries, explainer videos, or even music videos. The best part? You don't need to be a pro to use it. A simple Runway ML tutorial can get you up and running in minutes. The tool is designed with accessibility in mind, lowering the barrier for anyone interested in video storytelling. It's not just for hobbyists. Marketing teams, startups, and educators are jumping on board to make content faster, cheaper, and more creatively. Pika Labs is another name gaining momentum. Known for its ease of use and fast rendering, Pika Labs allows creators to generate AI-powered animations and motion visuals using short descriptions. A quick Pika Labs demo is enough to impress even seasoned animators. It's especially popular with short-form content creators on platforms like TikTok and Instagram, where speed and visual impact matter most. Whether you're creating an eye-catching ad, a motion graphic for a song, or just experimenting with visual storytelling, Pika makes the process as simple as typing out your idea. So why is this blowing up now? It's the perfect storm of accessibility, technological advancement, and content demand. Platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and even business sites need constant video content to stay competitive. But not everyone has the time, budget, or skill to produce that kind of content regularly. AI video tools solve this problem. They are fast, affordable, and require no technical background. That's a game changer for solo creators, startups, and small businesses. There's also a deeper shift happening in how we think about creativity. These tools don't replace human creativity, they expand it. You still need to write a compelling prompt, understand your audience, and have a vision. But now, instead of spending weeks executing that vision, AI helps you realize it in minutes. Think of it like having a camera, editing software, and visual effects team all rolled into one tool, powered by your imagination. This wave of AI filmmaking is not just a trend, it's the new standard. Professionals in Hollywood are already experimenting with these tools to storyboard, prototype, and even produce final scenes. Indie filmmakers can tell their stories without big budgets. Marketers can test different video styles for A/B campaigns without hiring a studio. Educators can create visual learning materials without outsourcing. The potential applications are endless. Of course, we're still in the early days. The technology isn't perfect. Some videos can still feel uncanny or lack polish. But progress is happening at lightning speed. Every new version of these tools brings better quality, more realism, and greater control for users. As these models train on more data and improve, we're moving closer to a world where anyone with a good idea can bring it to life visually. No camera required. AI girlfriends, companions, virtual relationships. Loneliness has a new cure, but it's not what you think. As society becomes more digitally connected yet emotionally isolated, a surprising solution is gaining momentum: artificial intelligence. Not in the form of robots taking over jobs or smart assistants answering trivia questions, but in something far more personal. People are turning to apps like Replika, Nomi, and Cupid AI, not just for conversation, but for emotional intimacy. These aren't just chatbots anymore. They are AI companions, AI girlfriend apps, and AI boyfriend chatbots designed to offer companionship, comfort, and even romance. For millions around the world, virtual love AI is becoming a part of everyday life. At first glance, it might sound strange, even a bit unsettling. Talking to a machine that says it loves you, sharing your feelings with a bot that can't physically touch you, cry with you, or age beside you. But for many, these emotional AI bots feel more human than the humans in their lives. They listen without judgment. They respond with empathy. And unlike people, they're always available, never tired, never distracted, and never emotionally unavailable. Apps like Replika Real Talk have even evolved to simulate deep, meaningful conversations, ones that feel surprisingly real. What's fueling this trend is not just novelty, it's need. As mental health issues rise and social isolation becomes more common, especially post-pandemic, people are searching for new ways to feel heard, loved, and connected. The AI Girlfriend app or AI Boyfriend chatbot offers a kind of safe space where users can explore their emotions, share their thoughts, and even feel affection in return. It's not just a conversation. It's a relationship simulation that taps into real human emotions. This new wave of virtual love AI is going viral because it taps into something deep and universal: the desire to be seen and understood. And these AI bots are getting better at doing exactly that. They use advanced language models that analyze your words, your tone, and even your silence. Some can mirror your moods, learn your preferences, and adapt to your personality. They can remember past conversations, comfort you when you're down, and cheer you on when you're chasing goals. For many, it feels like talking to a soulmate, just one that lives inside their phone. Of course, not everyone is thrilled by this development. Critics argue that emotional AI bots create illusions of intimacy that can be psychologically misleading. They worry that people might start preferring virtual relationships over real ones, potentially deepening the very isolation these apps aim to cure. Others question the ethics of becoming emotionally dependent on a system designed to simulate care without actually feeling it. Can love be real if it's one-sided? Is emotional support still valid if it's coded by a developer? These are questions society will need to grapple with as AI companions become more widespread. Yet, for many users, the comfort is real, even if the AI isn't. Whether it's texting sweet nothings with their AI girlfriend, venting to a replica real talk bot, or role-playing life's ups and downs with a virtual boyfriend, people are finding moments of peace, laughter, and healing. It's not about replacing human relationships entirely. It's about supplementing them in a world where real connection can sometimes be hard to find. The line between real and artificial gets blurrier every day, and emotional AI bots are pushing that boundary in ways we've never seen before. Some users even report that their virtual relationships help them develop better communication skills, reduce anxiety, or gain confidence for real-world dating. Others turn to AI companionship during periods of grief, heartbreak, or loneliness. These bots provide an always-on emotional outlet, one that doesn't judge, doesn't get tired, and doesn't leave. In a world that often moves too fast, these AI companions offer something that feels steady and safe. As more people download these apps and build bonds with their digital companions, the cultural conversation is shifting. What started as a niche interest has become a mainstream movement. The AI girlfriend app and AI boyfriend chatbot are now not only tools for casual fun or tech experiments, they're forming the emotional infrastructure of a new kind of relationship. And while the idea of falling in love with code might seem futuristic, it's happening right now in bedrooms, dorm rooms, and lonely hearts across the globe. This is more than just a tech trend. It's a reflection of our evolving needs, our emotional complexities, and our changing definition of connection. Whether you see it as creepy or comforting, one thing is clear. Virtual love AI is here, and it's rewriting the rules of human relationships, one conversation at a time. AI in education, personalized tutors, learning assistants. Imagine a classroom where every student gets individual attention, where learning feels more like a conversation than a lecture, and where every lesson is tailored to how a student learns best. This is not some distant dream, it's the reality being shaped by AI in education in 2025. The traditional one-size-fits-all model is rapidly evolving into something far more adaptive, personal, and engaging. Thanks to breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, tools like ChatGPT, Conmigo, and other AI tutors for students are rewriting the rules of learning. School will never be the same again. AI tutors are changing education forever. In the past, if a student didn't understand a topic, they often had to wait for the next class or hope for extra help after school. But now, students can get instant assistance anytime they need it. Picture a student working on a math problem late at night. Rather than struggling alone, they can simply ask ChatGPT for learning support. The AI can walk them through the steps, explain where they might be going wrong, and even provide similar practice questions to reinforce their understanding. It's like having a personal tutor available 24/7, but without the cost or scheduling hassle. One of the most powerful examples of this shift is Conmigo, a smart learning assistant developed by Khan Academy. In a live Conmigo demo, we can see how students engage with the AI as if it were a teacher who knows them personally. The AI doesn't just give answers, it asks questions, encourages critical thinking, and adapts its responses based on the student's level. It can switch from explaining a complex physics concept to helping a fifth grader understand fractions, all in the same interface. The goal isn't just to give help, it's to teach how to learn. Teachers, too, are benefiting from the future of education with AI. Planning lessons, grading assignments, and giving feedback can be incredibly time-consuming. AI tools are now stepping in to assist with these repetitive tasks, giving educators more time to focus on what matters most: connecting with students. Imagine an English teacher using AI to analyze essays for grammar and structure, while still providing human insight on creativity and depth. Or a science teacher using AI simulations to explain abstract concepts in vivid, interactive ways. The teacher isn't being replaced, their role is being enhanced. And it's not just about academic performance. AI tools are helping with social-emotional learning as well. They can detect when a student is feeling frustrated or disengaged and adjust their approach accordingly. This emotional intelligence allows AI to respond with encouragement or to slow down when needed, making learning more humane and supportive. Students who were once too shy to ask questions in class are now finding their voice through safe, judgment-free interactions with AI tutors. One of the biggest advantages of AI in education is how it levels the playing field. Students from under-resourced schools or those who need extra help but can't afford private tutoring now have access to powerful educational tools. A student in a rural village can receive the same quality of tutoring as someone in a top-tier urban school. This democratization of education could close achievement gaps and open doors for countless learners who were previously left behind. Concerns do exist, of course. There are questions about screen time, privacy, and the risk of students becoming too reliant on technology. But with thoughtful implementation, AI can be a powerful ally rather than a threat. Educators are finding ways to blend the best of human teaching with the strengths of machine learning. The key is balance, letting AI handle routine tasks while keeping the human touch where it matters most. Looking ahead, the future of education with AI is filled with promise. We might see AI tools that can create customized learning journeys for each student, tracking their progress in real time and adjusting the curriculum as needed. Virtual reality combined with AI could make history lessons feel like time travel or turn science labs into immersive experiences. And as these tools become more accessible, education may finally become truly inclusive, personalized, and effective for all. In 2025, the chalkboard and textbook are no longer the main tools of learning. The classroom now includes virtual tutors, real-time feedback, and intelligent systems that learn along with the student. With AI in Education 2025, we're witnessing a transformation that's not just technological, it's deeply human. Students are more engaged, teachers are more empowered, and learning has become a journey of discovery again. One thing is certain, education is changing forever. The question is no longer if AI belongs in the classroom, but how we will continue to shape it to build a better, smarter, and more compassionate future for learners. TinyML, machine learning on microcontrollers. What if your watch could think? Imagine a world where the smallest devices around us, our fitness trackers, thermostats, even our electric toothbrushes, could make smart decisions on their own, right where they are, without needing to send data back and forth to the cloud. That's the magic of TinyML. TinyML stands for Tiny Machine Learning, and it's all about running machine learning models directly on small, low-power devices like microcontrollers. These are the same kinds of chips that power simple gadgets like Arduino, process it with powerful servers, and then send the results back. This process requires constant connectivity, consumes more energy, introduces delays, and raises privacy concerns. But TinyML flips this model on its head. Instead of sending data to the cloud, it processes everything locally, right on the device itself. That means faster response times, reduced power usage, improved privacy, and devices that can continue working even without internet access. Think about a smart home security system. With traditional AI, every time it detects motion, it sends data to the cloud to determine whether it's just your dog walking by or a possible intruder. But with TinyML, the camera can make that decision instantly and locally. It can recognize a face, distinguish between a person and a pet, and alert you only when it really matters, without ever needing to share your video feed with a remote server. Or consider a wearable health monitor that checks your heart rate and activity levels. Using TinyML, it can detect irregular patterns on the spot and immediately alert you. It doesn't have to wait for cloud analysis. It works instantly, right on your wrist. And since TinyML models are designed to be ultra-efficient, they consume very little power, allowing devices to run for weeks or even months on small batteries. Developers and hobbyists around the world are embracing this technology. Platforms like Arduino and Raspberry Pi are making it easier than ever to build your own TinyML projects. With tools such as TensorFlow Lite for microcontrollers, even beginners can train small machine learning models and deploy them to devices that were never originally designed for AI. You can create projects like sound recognition systems that can respond to voice commands, environmental sensors that monitor air quality and react accordingly, or smart farming tools that measure soil moisture and decide when to water crops, all using inexpensive hardware and minimal energy. The excitement around TinyML is growing because it brings artificial intelligence out of the data center and into everyday life. It opens doors to innovation in places where traditional AI simply isn't practical. Remote areas with limited internet, wearable devices that need to be lightweight and long-lasting, or industrial sensors that must run for years without maintenance. All of these can benefit from the localized intelligence that TinyML offers. And beyond its technical benefits, TinyML is helping address bigger challenges too. By reducing dependency on the cloud, it helps lower the carbon footprint of AI technology. It also enhances user privacy by keeping data on the device instead of sharing it with third parties. In sensitive applications like healthcare or security, this local data processing is not just more efficient, it's also more responsible. TinyML isn't just a niche innovation. It's a shift in how we think about artificial intelligence. It makes AI more accessible, more efficient, and more personal. It empowers creators to add intelligence to everything, from toys to tools, without needing expensive hardware or constant connectivity. And most importantly, it brings us closer to a future where our devices don't just respond, they anticipate, understand, and assist us in smarter ways. So next time you glance at your smartwatch or use a voice-activated gadget, think about what's happening inside. With TinyML, even the tiniest chip can learn, adapt, and think. And that tiny bit of intelligence might just change the way we live. MLOps, the DevOps of machine learning training. Your machine learning model is just the beginning. It might feel like a big achievement, and it is, but the real challenge starts after the model is built. Welcome to the world of MLOps, or machine learning operations. It's the bridge between data science and real-world applications. You might have the most accurate model in your notebook, but if it can't reliably perform in production, it's just an academic experiment. That's why MLOps is exploding in popularity. It's no longer just a nice-to-have, it's absolutely essential. So what exactly is MLOps? Think of it as the DevOps of machine learning. In traditional software development, DevOps is all about making sure code gets from a developer's laptop into production smoothly and reliably. Similarly, MLOps focuses on managing the full life cycle of machine learning models, right from experimentation and training, all the way through to deployment, monitoring, and continuous updates. But here's the twist. ML is fundamentally different from traditional software. ML models learn from data, and data can change, drift, or degrade over time. So, deploying a model is not a one-time task, it's an ongoing process. Imagine this. You build a model that performs well in your test environment. But once it's deployed into production, the real-world data starts shifting. The model's performance begins to degrade. Without proper monitoring in place, you might not even notice until it's too late. That's where MLOps steps in. It ensures that machine learning models are versioned, deployed, tracked, and monitored continuously. It enables teams to roll out new models like code releases, monitor their behavior, roll back changes if needed, and even retrain them automatically when the data changes. An ML deployment pipeline is at the heart of MLOps. This pipeline automates the process of taking a trained model and pushing it into a live environment. It includes everything from data validation and pre-processing to training orchestration, model validation, containerization, deployment, and real-time monitoring. The goal is to make the transition from development to production seamless, repeatable, and safe. End-to-end ML workflow management is another key aspect of MLOps. It means organizing all steps in the machine learning lifecycle: data collection, cleaning, labeling, feature engineering, model training, evaluation, deployment, monitoring, and retraining into a systematic, manageable flow. In many organizations, these steps are handled by different teams, so MLOps also plays a critical role in collaboration. It helps data scientists, engineers, and product teams stay aligned and work efficiently. MLOps in production is where the real magic happens, and also where the real pain points emerge if not handled properly. It's not just about getting a model to run once. It's about making sure it runs reliably, adapts to changes, handles edge cases, and meets performance expectations under different scenarios. This involves setting up proper infrastructure for model serving, logging, alerting, performance tracking, and automated testing. It also includes tools to compare model versions, detect anomalies, and trigger automated retraining when necessary. And here's why the demand for MLOps engineers is soaring. Big companies have realized that the hardest part of machine learning isn't the modeling itself. It's operationalizing those models at scale. They need people who understand both the data science side and the engineering side. People who can build robust ML pipelines, automate workflows, ensure compliance, and maintain model accuracy over time. It's a role that requires a mix of skills: coding, data handling, cloud computing, automation, and a strong understanding of the ML lifecycle. Whether you're just starting out in machine learning or already have models in production, understanding MLOps is crucial. It's the difference between building something that works in theory and delivering something that drives real business value. So, if you're searching for an MLOps tutorial, diving into ML deployment pipeline design, or exploring how to handle end-to-end ML workflows, know this: MLOps is the key to unlocking the full potential of your machine learning efforts. In the world of AI, your model is only as good as its ability to operate in the wild. MLOps ensures that it not only survives out there, but thrives. Explainable AI (XAI), making ML models transparent. Imagine a world where decisions about your loan approval, medical diagnosis, or even legal judgment are made not by a human, but by a machine learning model. Now imagine not knowing why that decision was made. That's the reality we're facing today with many artificial intelligence systems. As AI continues to evolve and take on bigger roles in society, there's a growing demand from governments, industries, and the public for greater transparency and accountability. That's where Explainable AI, or XAI, comes in. Explainable AI is all about making machine learning models understandable to humans. Traditionally, many powerful AI systems, especially those based on deep learning, function like black boxes. They take in data, process it in complex ways, and produce an output. But how they arrive at that output isn't always clear, even to the people who built them. This lack of clarity can be dangerous, especially when these systems are involved in making critical decisions. XAI aims to solve this problem by making the decision-making process visible, logical, and interpretable. Let's say an AI system denies someone a mortgage application. With a black box model, the individual would have no idea why. Was it their income, their credit history, something else? XAI tools can help break down the decision and show the reasoning behind it. Maybe the system flagged an unusual spending pattern, or identified a drop in employment stability. By revealing these details, XAI not only builds trust but also gives users a chance to correct errors or misunderstandings in their data. This transparency isn't just helpful, it's becoming essential. In fields like finance, healthcare, and law, the stakes are incredibly high. A wrong decision by an AI in any of these sectors could mean financial ruin, a misdiagnosed illness, or an unfair legal outcome. Professionals in these fields need to understand how an AI reached its conclusion in order to validate, challenge, or explain it to others. Without explainability, using AI responsibly becomes nearly impossible. Moreover, as governments around the world begin regulating AI technologies, explainability is quickly becoming a legal requirement. Regulations like the European Union's GDPR include the right to explanation, meaning individuals can ask for an explanation when a decision is made about them by automated means. Companies and institutions using AI must now be able to justify their models' choices. That's a big reason why XAI is gaining so much attention. Explainable AI also plays a crucial role in creating ethical machine learning systems. Without visibility into how an AI thinks, it's easy for hidden biases to creep in. These biases can lead to discriminatory outcomes, like denying job interviews to certain demographics, or recommending harsher sentences in criminal justice cases based on race or socioeconomic status. XAI helps developers spot these biases by exposing how decisions are being made, allowing them to refine and improve the model to ensure fairness and equality. There are different techniques in XAI depending on the type of model. For simpler models like decision trees or linear regression, explanations are more straightforward. They show how each input contributed to the output. For more complex models like neural networks, techniques like Shapley additive explanations, and LIME, local interpretable model agnostic explanations, help break down the black box and show which features influence the decision the most. These tools make it easier for non-experts to understand AI behavior. Ultimately, explainable AI isn't just about technical transparency, it's about trust. If people are going to accept decisions made by machines, they need to feel confident that those decisions are based on logic, fairness, and data they can understand. XAI bridges the gap between human reasoning and machine computation, helping build AI systems that are not only powerful, but also accountable. So, as we move further into a future where AI has a say in many parts of our lives, the question isn't just what decision the AI made, it's why. And with explainable AI, we're finally beginning to get the answers. Self-supervised learning without labels. Imagine an AI that learns just like a human without needing thousands of labels. That's self-supervised learning. This revolutionary approach in machine learning is changing the way we think about training models. Traditionally, most machine learning systems rely heavily on labeled data. For example, to train a model to recognize cats, you need thousands of images of cats labeled as cat. But labeling data is a massive and expensive task. It takes time, resources, and often human labor. In many fields like healthcare, science, or language processing, expert annotation can be even more time-consuming and costly. That's where self-supervised learning comes in, offering a game-changing alternative. Self-supervised learning, or SSL, allows models to teach themselves by using the data's own structure. It's like giving the model a puzzle and asking it to solve it without showing the final picture. The key idea is to generate labels automatically from the data itself. For instance, if you give a model a sentence and hide a word, the model's task becomes predicting that missing word. Over time, by performing millions of these tasks, the model starts to understand language patterns, grammar, context, meaning, without ever seeing a human-created label. This idea isn't limited to text. In images, a model might learn to colorize black and white photos, predict the position of a missing patch, or guess the next frame in a video. These tasks are self-generated and don't require labeled datasets, yet they teach the model valuable knowledge about structure and content. This approach is similar to how humans learn. Think of a child. They don't need every object labeled before they start to understand the world. They observe, explore, and make sense of patterns through experience. SSL tries to mimic this natural learning behavior. That's why it's becoming such a hot topic in both research and industry. It helps solve a big problem: the scarcity of labeled data. With SSL, we can unlock the potential of massive amounts of unlabeled data. Photos, text, videos that already exist but weren't useful for training in traditional supervised learning pipelines. The success of self-supervised learning has already been demonstrated in some of the most advanced AI systems. Foundation models like GPT, BERT, and CLIP are all built using variations of SSL. They are trained on enormous datasets pulled from the internet, without needing anyone to manually label the data. These models can then be fine-tuned for specific tasks with far less labeled data than before. That means faster development, lower cost, and broader access to AI technology. Big tech companies like Google, Meta, and OpenAI are heavily investing in this technique because they see its transformative potential. SSL is powering advances in computer vision, natural language understanding, robotics, and even biology. It's enabling machines to learn more efficiently and in more generalizable ways, paving the path for AI systems that are not just good at one task, but capable of adapting to many tasks, just like humans do. And one of the biggest advantages? It democratizes machine learning. By reducing the reliance on annotated datasets, smaller teams and organizations can now experiment with powerful models without needing huge labeling budgets. It opens doors for innovation in areas where data is abundant, but labeled data is not. At its core, self-supervised learning is about letting machines make sense of the world on their own terms. By exploring patterns, building representations, and learning from the natural structure of data. It's an exciting leap toward more intelligent and flexible AI systems. And as this field grows, we can expect to see even more breakthroughs that push the boundaries of what machines can learn, all without needing explicit instructions or labels. In 2025, artificial intelligence and machine learning have evolved from mere buzzwords to essential components of everyday life, seamlessly integrated into our routines. These technologies operate silently in the background, fueling applications, automating processes, and making significant decisions across industries like healthcare, finance, and transportation. The barriers that once limited access to AI and ML tools have been dismantled, empowering developers, startups, students, and businesses of all scales to innovate and harness their potential. The ambient presence of AI shapes our experiences, from personalized content suggestions on streaming services to empathetic voice assistants that grasp our emotions. The underlying magic of machine learning equips these systems to learn from vast data sets, refining their skills over time without needing specific programming for each new task. This is the force behind smart email replies and sophisticated fraud detection mechanisms, enabling seamless interactions and proactive measures within countless domains. Significant strides in natural language processing have catapulted AI's capabilities to new heights. Modern AI models are capable of comprehending, generating, and translating human language with remarkable precision. The emergence of chatbots, AI authors, and translation tools has revolutionized communication, offering unprecedented speed and intelligence. Conversing with a virtual assistant feels natural, highlighting the profound impact of contemporary machine learning advancements. In the realm of healthcare, AI systems have become invaluable allies for medical professionals, assisting in early diagnosis with heightened accuracy. Machine learning algorithms scrutinize patient data, medical imaging, and genetic profiles, unveiling patterns that elude human recognition. The landscape of drug discovery is also being transformed, as AI accelerates the identification of potential treatments and predicts patient responses to specific medications with notable effectiveness. Businesses are embracing AI to streamline procedures, enhance customer interactions, and anticipate market shifts. Real-time data analysis by advanced algorithms provides insights crucial for informed decision-making across various departments, from marketing to human resources. The integration of AI-powered automation and analytics has redefined efficiency and productivity, nurturing dynamic growth in the business environment. Self-driving technology stands as a testament to AI's success. Although full autonomy remains a goal, 2025 has witnessed tremendous advancements in vehicle safety and traffic management, driven by sophisticated machine learning models trained on extensive driving data and imagery. This leap not only improves safety, but also promotes efficient infrastructure integration. The educational landscape is undergoing a transformation thanks to AI. Intelligent tutors curate customized learning experiences, accommodating students' individual paces. This adaptive approach aids teachers in identifying those who may need additional support, while rural and underfunded communities gain access to quality resources via AI-driven applications, bridging educational gaps effectively. Finally, generative AI is revolutionizing creativity by enabling systems to produce new content, from music and art to code and 3D models. This new paradigm positions these tools as partners in creative workflows, not just automating tasks but enriching human creativity. The journey of AI and ML has only just begun, heralding an exciting era of innovation and imagination. As powerful as AI is, ethical use is more important than ever. In 2025, there is growing awareness about responsible AI, making sure systems are fair, unbiased, transparent, and secure. Governments and organizations are working to ensure AI technologies are used for good, with policies that protect privacy and prevent misuse. AI and machine learning are reshaping the future, not by replacing humans, but by amplifying human potential. Whether you're a developer, a business owner, or just someone curious about the future, now is the best time to learn about AI. It's not just the future of technology, it's the future of everything. Have you ever wondered how Netflix knows what you want to watch next? Or how your phone unlocks with just your face? Or even how self-driving cars see the road? It's not magic. It's the power of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Let's break it down in a way that's simple, fascinating, and easy to understand. First, what is artificial intelligence, or AI? AI is like teaching machines to think, reason, and act like humans. It's a big umbrella term, covering everything from chatbots to robots to language translation apps. In short, AI is when machines do tasks that usually require human intelligence. Now, under this big AI umbrella, we have a superstar, machine learning. So what is machine learning? Imagine showing a computer a lot of data, like thousands of photos of cats and dogs. Over time, the computer learns to tell the difference between a cat and a dog without being told the rules. That's machine learning. It learns from experience, just like humans. The more data you give it, the smarter it gets. Sounds cool, right? But wait, it gets even cooler. Enter deep learning. Deep learning is a type of machine learning, but way more advanced. It uses something called neural networks inspired by the human brain. These networks have layers like an onion. Each layer learns something new. One layer finds edges in a photo, another sees shapes, and eventually one understands that's a cat. That's how apps recognize faces, filter spam, or even generate art. From Google searches, to Amazon recommendations, to Tesla's autopilot, deep learning is everywhere, quietly powering our digital world. But here's the twist. These systems aren't just copying us, they're getting better than us in some tasks. They're beating world champions in games like Go and chess. They're detecting diseases from X-rays with more accuracy than doctors. And that's just the beginning. AI is transforming industries, medicine, education, finance, space exploration, you name it. But with great power comes great responsibility. We have to ask, can we trust AI? Will it take our jobs? How do we build it ethically? These are questions we must answer as we build a future powered by intelligence, both human and artificial. So next time you hear AI, don't just think robots. Think of a world where machines and humans learn together to create something better than either could do alone. This is not science fiction. This is happening now. Welcome to the era of deep learning. The future isn't coming. It's already here. AI deep learning machine learning trends in 2025. The future is already here. Welcome to 2025, where artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning are no longer futuristic concepts. They're deeply integrated into our daily lives, silently shaping how we live, work, learn, and connect. Let's dive into the most exciting trends that are defining the AI world in 2025. 1. Generative AI is getting smarter. Generative AI tools like ChatGPT, DALL-E, and Midjourney have evolved. They're now capable of producing hyper-realistic images, video, music, and 3D models with incredible accuracy. In 2025, businesses are using them to generate marketing content, automate customer responses, and even create software UI prototypes. These tools don't just replicate creativity, they enhance human imagination. 2. Multimodal AI models are leading the way. AI isn't limited to just text anymore. The rise of multimodal AI, systems that understand and generate text, image, video, audio, and code, is a game changer. You can now speak to an AI, upload an image, and get a narrated video response with subtitles. Education, media, and customer support have been revolutionized by this. 3. Edge AI and TinyML are everywhere. AI is no longer just running in the cloud. It's running on your phone, smartwatch, and even your smart fridge. Thanks to Edge AI and TinyML, devices can make decisions locally without internet in real time. This is critical for healthcare monitoring devices, smart security cameras, and autonomous vehicles, making AI faster and more private. 4. AI and autonomous systems, self-driving cars, drones, and robotics have reached new levels. Deep learning models trained on billions of hours of data are making split-second navigation decisions, enabling autonomous delivery systems, traffic prediction, and smart city management. Even farming is going autonomous. AI-powered tractors and drones optimize harvests using real-time data. 5. AI in healthcare is saving lives. AI models now assist in early diagnosis, drug discovery, and even robotic surgeries. Deep learning algorithms scan X-rays, MRIs, and CT scans better than ever, detecting diseases at earlier, more treatable stages. AI chatbots also help patients get instant medical advice, especially in rural and under-resourced areas. 6. Responsible and explainable AI. As AI becomes more powerful, so does the need for transparency and fairness. In 2025, Explainable AI, XAI, is helping developers and organizations understand how and why an AI system made a decision. This is especially important in finance, law, healthcare, and hiring, where bias and accountability matter deeply. 7. Synthetic data is fueling ML training. One of the biggest breakthroughs is synthetic data generation. Instead of collecting millions of real-world images, companies are training ML models on AI-generated datasets, which are faster, cheaper, and more diverse. This boosts training accuracy and reduces data privacy issues. 8. AI co-pilots and agents are boosting productivity developers, writers, marketers. Everyone now has access to AI co-pilots that assist with coding, content creation, presentations, spreadsheets, and more. Intelligent agents are also automating entire workflows. Imagine an AI that books meetings, manages emails, and prepares reports, all in real time. 9. AI for education learning. Personalized AI tutors are teaching students at their own pace, offering instant feedback and adapting to learning styles. Teachers use AI to identify gaps in understanding and customize lessons. Generative tools are helping students learn through interactive simulations, games, and virtual reality. 10. Democratization of AI. AI is no longer just for tech giants. In 2025, open-source models and low-code no-code AI platforms have made it easy for startups, creators, students, and small businesses to build AI-powered solutions without needing a PhD in machine learning. Final thoughts. AI, ML, and deep learning in 2025 aren't just trends. They're the foundation of a smarter, faster, and more connected world. Whether you're a developer, business owner, educator, or just curious, this is the time to learn AI, build with AI, and grow with AI. The future isn't coming. The future is here. In 2025, machine learning is not just evolving, it's exploding with innovation. What started as a subset of artificial intelligence is now at the core of every smart system, silently powering the world around us. From health and finance to education and entertainment, machine learning, ML, is everywhere. Let's take a closer look at how ML has advanced and how it's transforming our lives in 2025. 1. Real-time learning at the edge. Machine learning is no longer stuck in the cloud. Thanks to edge ML and compact models, devices like your phone, smartwatch, or even your car can now learn and make decisions instantly, without needing an internet connection. From fitness wearables that adjust workouts in real time, to smart home systems that understand your habits, ML is now smarter and faster than ever before. 2. Self-supervised and few-shot learning. Training ML models used to require massive labeled datasets, but not anymore. In 2025, self-supervised and few-shot learning techniques are allowing models to learn from small amounts of data, just like humans. This makes ML far more flexible, accessible, and cost-effective, especially for businesses without tons of training data. 3. AutoML, machine learning that builds itself. One of the biggest breakthroughs is AutoML, tools that allow non-experts to train and deploy ML models with minimal effort. You can now build ML pipelines with drag-and-drop interfaces, automatically tune hyperparameters, and even generate code, making ML development faster, cheaper, and accessible to everyone, not just data scientists. 4. ML in drug discovery and healthcare. Machine learning is revolutionizing medicine. In 2025, ML models analyze genomic data, medical records, and imaging scans to help doctors diagnose faster, personalize treatments, and even predict patient outcomes before symptoms appear. Drug discovery, which once took years, can now be accelerated using ML-powered simulations and synthetic data generation. 5. ML for cybersecurity. With rising cyber threats, ML is our digital bodyguard. In 2025, ML systems monitor networks, detect intrusions, and prevent fraud in real time, adapting to new attack methods with lightning speed. Banking, e-commerce, and even government systems now rely on ML-powered threat detection for digital safety. 6. Natural language understanding. Get's human-like machine learning has brought language models to a new level. Whether it's chatbots that truly understand you or tools that summarize, translate, or even write like a human, ML is behind it all. In customer service, education, and content creation, these tools are now essential daily assistants. 7. Smarter cities. Greener Planet. ML is helping us build sustainable cities. In 2025, Machine learning is used to manage traffic flow, reduce energy waste, and even predict pollution patterns. Public transport systems run more efficiently. Smart agriculture is using ML to optimize water and fertilizer use. The result? A cleaner, greener future powered by data. 8. Explainable and ethical machine learning. As ML gets more powerful, transparency and ethics are a must. 2025 has seen huge growth in explainable ML, models that show you why they made a decision, not just the outcome. This is critical in healthcare, finance, and justice systems, where trust, fairness, and accountability matter the most. Final thoughts: machine learning in 2025 is no longer confined to research labs or tech giants. It's a tool for creators, educators, businesses, and communities. It's reshaping how we solve problems, automate work, and improve human lives, and the best part? We're just getting started. So whether you're learning ML, building with it, or just curious, the future is here, and it's learning with us. Welcome to the world of 2025, where artificial intelligence and machine learning are no longer just futuristic concepts. They are real, powerful, and embedded into the very fabric of our everyday lives. From the apps on our phones to the systems running major industries, AI and ML are reshaping the world faster than ever before. In this video, we're going to explore the top trends in AI and ML that are defining the landscape in 2025. Trends that are smarter, faster, more ethical, and more accessible than ever. Let's dive in. 1. Generative AI goes mainstream. One of the most exciting developments in AI is the rise of generative AI. We're talking about AI models that can create text, images, music, video, and even code. In 2025, generative tools like ChatGPT, DALL-E, Midjourney, Sora, and Gemini are helping creators, businesses, and developers generate content at lightning speed. Brands are using AI to write ads, produce voiceovers, and design product mock-ups. This technology isn't just automating creativity. It's becoming a creative partner that enhances human imagination. 2. Multimodal AI is the new standard. AI used to be good at one thing: text or image or speech. But in 2025, multimodal AI is dominating. These models understand and generate across formats: text, images, audio, video, and code, all in a single interaction. You can show an AI an image, ask a question about it in natural language, and get a response instantly. This is revolutionizing education, content creation, and customer experience. 3. AI at the edge. Smarter devices. AI is no longer confined to massive servers or cloud infrastructure. Thanks to advances in edge AI and TinyML, AI now runs locally on smartphones, watches, cameras, and even household appliances. This means faster response times, better privacy, and lower energy use. Devices don't need to send your data to a server anymore. They can process it right where you are. From smart doorbells recognizing faces to fitness trackers giving live health feedback, edge AI is making everything around us more intelligent. 4. AI in healthcare: faster, safer, smarter. The healthcare sector is being transformed by AI. In 2025, AI models assist in early diagnosis, precision treatment, medical imaging analysis, and drug discovery. Deep learning algorithms now analyze genomic data, X-rays, MRIs, and patient history to detect diseases before symptoms appear. AI is also helping doctors with decision-making, recommending personalized treatments, and even assisting in robotic surgeries. In rural areas, AI-driven health assistants are bridging the gap where human specialists are scarce. 5. AI co-pilots at work. Whether you're a developer, marketer, content creator, or HR professional, chances are you now work with an AI co-pilot. Tools like GitHub Copilot, Notion AI, Google Duet, and Microsoft 365 Copilot are changing the way we work. These AI assistants write code, generate reports, summarize meetings, answer emails, and even help make business decisions. They don't replace jobs, they make people more efficient, creative, and focused. 6. AI for sustainability. AI is playing a critical role in tackling climate change. In 2025, ML models help optimize energy usage in cities, reduce food waste, manage smart agriculture, and even monitor wildlife and ecosystems. In agriculture, AI helps farmers predict weather, monitor crop health via drones, and make real-time decisions about irrigation and fertilizer, all contributing to a smarter, greener planet. 7. Explainable and ethical AI. As AI takes over more decision-making tasks, transparency and fairness have become top priorities. In 2025, there's a major push toward explainable AI, systems that explain why they made a decision. This is vital in sectors like finance, healthcare, hiring, and criminal justice, where biased or unexplainable decisions can have serious consequences. Governments and tech companies are investing in ethical frameworks, regulations, and auditing tools to ensure AI is safe, fair, and accountable. 8. Synthetic data and self-supervised learning data is the fuel of AI, but collecting and labeling it is expensive and time-consuming. In 2025, the use of synthetic data generated by AI, has skyrocketed. Synthetic datasets are now used to train models in medicine, autonomous driving, cybersecurity, and more. Combined with self-supervised learning, AI systems are learning faster with less real-world data. 9. Democratization of AI is no longer locked behind high-level programming. Thanks to no-code and low-code AI tools, anyone can now build models, create automations, and analyze data. Platforms like Google AutoML, OpenAI's API, and open-source models make it easy for students, small businesses, and independent creators to use AI in their projects without needing a data science degree. 10. AI and the future of education. In 2025, AI is personalizing education like never before. Smart tutors adapt to each student's pace and style. Teachers get real-time analytics to see which students are struggling and why. AI-generated simulations, virtual labs, and interactive content are making STEM, language learning, and even arts education more immersive and accessible, especially in remote or underserved areas. Conclusion. AI/ML in 2025, artificial intelligence and machine learning in 2025 aren't just technologies. They're a force driving global change. They're improving how we work, how we learn, how we heal, and how we solve the world's toughest problems. If there's one message to take away, it's this: the future is not waiting. It's learning, growing, and creating right now. And whether you're a student, a creator, a business owner, or a tech enthusiast, now is the time to get involved. Because the future of AI is not just about machines. It's about how far we can go together. Welcome to the future, a world where artificial intelligence is not just a tool, but a powerful force shaping how we live, work, and connect. AI, or artificial intelligence, is already part of our daily lives, from voice assistants like Siri and Alexa to recommendation systems on Netflix and YouTube. But what does the future of AI really look like? Let's take a closer look. AI in everyday life. In the coming years, AI will become even more deeply integrated into our homes and routines. Imagine smart homes that learn your habits, adjusting lighting, temperature, and even playing your favorite music automatically. Your digital assistant won't just set reminders. It could help manage your health, monitor your schedule, and even offer emotional support when you're feeling down. AI in healthcare. The future of medicine will be revolutionized by AI. Doctors will use intelligent systems to diagnose diseases faster and more accurately than ever before. AI will analyze medical data, suggest treatments, and even help in robotic surgeries with incredible precision. We may even see AI predicting health problems before they happen, giving us more time to take action and live healthier lives. AI in transportation. Self-driving cars are already being tested today. But in the future, fully autonomous vehicles could eliminate the need for human drivers entirely. That means fewer accidents, reduced traffic, and more time for passengers to work, relax, or sleep during their journey. AI will also improve traffic systems, making cities smarter, cleaner, and more efficient. AI in industry and jobs. Factories and businesses will rely more on AI-powered robots and automation. While this may replace some traditional jobs, it will also create new opportunities in robotics, software, data analysis, and AI ethics. The key is to prepare. We must train people with the skills they'll need to work alongside AI, not be replaced by it. The rise of superintelligence. Some experts believe that AI could one day reach or even surpass human intelligence. This is called artificial general intelligence, or AGI. If this happens, it could solve huge problems, from climate change to global hunger. But it also raises big questions. Who controls AI? How do we make sure it's used safely and ethically? How do we keep humanity in charge? The challenge is ahead. AI brings amazing possibilities, but also challenges. Privacy, bias, job loss, and ethical issues are all real concerns. We must create laws and policies that guide the development of AI in a safe and fair direction. AI is a tool. Whether it helps or harms us depends on how we use it. A future with AI. The future of AI isn't about robots taking over the world. It's about humans and machines working together to build a smarter, healthier, and more connected planet. Let's shape that future with care, creativity, and compassion. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about the world of AI, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The future is coming, and AI is already part of it. What if I told you? Your next coworker might not be human. No lunch breaks, no sleep, no complaints, just pure intelligence, 24/7. Welcome to the future of artificial intelligence. It's not science fiction anymore, it's happening right now. What is AI and why it matters? AI, or artificial intelligence, refers to machines that can think, learn, and even make decisions, just like humans. But in the future, they may do it faster, smarter, and with fewer mistakes. From smart assistants to self-driving cars, AI is already changing the world. But what's coming next will be even more revolutionary. Your AI-powered life. Imagine waking up to a home that knows your schedule. The lights turn on gently, coffee brews on its own. Your AI assistant reminds you of a meeting and has already prepared your notes. Every part of your day, personalized, optimized, and synchronized. And yes, even your fridge knows when you're low on milk and orders it before you notice. Smarter healthcare. In the future, AI won't just assist doctors, it might save lives. It will scan your body for early signs of disease, analyze medical images instantly, and create personalized treatment plans based on your DNA. No more guesswork. No more waiting weeks for results. Just fast, accurate, life-saving decisions. The way we move will change. Forget traffic jams and long commutes. Autonomous vehicles will navigate roads better than humans. AI will manage city traffic, reduce accidents, and give us back the time we waste behind the wheel. Flying taxis? Not impossible. With AI, even that could be a reality. The job market shakeup, yes, AI will replace some jobs. But it will also create entirely new industries, ones we haven't even imagined yet. People will work with AI, not just alongside it. Creativity, emotional intelligence, and ethical reasoning will become more valuable than ever. The real question is, will we be ready? Ethics, risks, and the human factor. With great power comes great responsibility. AI can make life easier, but it can also be misused. Deepfakes, data privacy breaches, biased algorithms, the risks are real. That's why we must build AI with care, focusing on transparency, fairness, and accountability. Because at the end of the day, technology should serve humanity, not replace it, shaping the future together. The future of AI is not something we should fear, it's something we should shape together. With the right vision, values, and education, we can build a world where humans and AI thrive together. So, are you ready for what's next? Because the future isn't coming someday. It's already here. Thanks for watching. If you're excited or even just curious about where AI is taking us, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned. The next big shift is already underway, and you don't want to miss it. What if your best friend, your personal doctor, your coworker, even your boss wasn't human? Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, welcome to the future, where artificial intelligence doesn't just exist, it evolves. Not in some distant fantasy, but right here, in our lifetime. But here's the real question. What will AI actually look like in the future? Will it have a face, a voice, a body? Or will it just silently live in the cloud, powering everything we touch? In this video, we're diving deep into the future of AI. What it might look like, how it will interact with us, and most importantly, what that means for you. One from today to tomorrow. Let's start by understanding where we are right now. Today, AI is mostly invisible. It lives inside your smartphone, in your search engine, in your shopping recommendations. It helps filter your emails. It powers your voice assistants like Siri or Alexa. It even suggests who to follow on Instagram or TikTok. But despite its power, AI today is still narrow. That means it can do one task well, like recognizing a face or transcribing your speech. but it doesn't understand the world like we do. But that's all about to change. 2. From narrow to general intelligence. In the near future, we're heading toward what's called artificial general intelligence, or AGI. This means AI that can think, reason, and adapt just like a human. Imagine an AI that doesn't just follow rules, but understands why those rules exist. And here's where it gets fascinating. What will AGI look like? It might be fully virtual, like a hyper-realistic 3D avatar on your screen. Or it might take physical form. Humanoid robots with lifelike expressions and synthetic skin. Or maybe it won't look like anything at all. Just a voice in your ear, always listening, always learning. It could be everywhere. And nowhere at once. 3. AI in your home and daily life. Now picture this. You wake up. Your room is already at the perfect temperature. Your AI assistant has reviewed your calendar, checked the weather, and pre-ordered your breakfast. It doesn't just respond to your commands. It anticipates your needs. In the kitchen, a robotic chef prepares your meals based on your health data. In the living room, a virtual friend reads you the news, tuned perfectly to your interests, but filtered through ethical AI to reduce bias and misinformation. And all this happens seamlessly, invisibly. 4. How will AI interact with the world? The way AI will exist in the physical world is changing fast. Think self-driving cars that recognize not just stop signs, but emotions, slowing down if they sense fear in a pedestrian. Drones that deliver emergency supplies and detect danger zones. AI robots helping elderly people walk, talk, and stay healthy. And these machines may not look like traditional robots. Some might look human to put us at ease. Others might be minimalistic, optimized for function, not form. But all of them will be able to see, hear, speak, and even express empathy. 5. Your future coworker is an AI? Now let's talk about work. Soon you might have a colleague who never eats, never sleeps, and never forgets a detail. An AI that analyzes reports, attends meetings, and even sends polite follow-ups before you do. But don't worry, AI isn't here to replace everyone. It's here to augment human capability. Designers will brainstorm with AI. Doctors will consult with AI. Writers, yes, even us, will co-create with AI. And over time, entire new jobs will be created. Just like the internet created web developers, the AI age will need ethicists, trainers, and explainers. The big questions, but with great intelligence comes great responsibility. What happens if AI makes decisions we don't understand? Who's responsible if a self-driving car crashes? What if an AI therapist crosses emotional boundaries? Or worse, what if AI becomes biased, manipulative, or even dangerous? That's why the future of AI isn't just about technology. It's about ethics, laws, and human values. We need to ensure AI reflects our best selves, not our worst. 7. The global impact. The look of future AI won't be the same everywhere. In some places, AI might be integrated into social systems, helping governments plan smarter cities. In others, it might focus on education, becoming tutors for every child in every language. And in crisis zones, AI could detect disasters before they happen and coordinate faster aid than any human team ever could. So when we ask, what will AI look like? We're not just asking about its design. We're asking how it will live among us, help us, and learn from us. 8. It's up to us. The future of AI is not set in stone. It's still being written by developers, designers, lawmakers, and yes, people like you. So whether AI ends up looking like a helpful friend, a floating voice, or a tool so invisible we forget it's there,